Ooh, we are in trouble. We are in trouble. Hey, friends of the twins, welcome back to the channel. Yep, Shonda and I are in trouble. We are in some serious trouble. Our mom is fussing because we did not decorate her door for the spring, and we did not do it this summer. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be at mom's house, and we're going to go ahead and get her door decorated for the fall. As Shonda and I were heading out the door to go to mom's house, well, she had a visitor.
Now, y'all, what are we supposed to do? Now, my son has fed Lucille, and he has talked to her, and we've treated her like the family member that she is, but she wants to come in the house, and that is not going to happen. Now, Lucille, get off my front porch. Go on out there and play with the rest of the children. Go on, Lucille. Go on and play. Oh, my Lord, y'all. What am I supposed to do? All right, y'all. Me and my hubby are just coming in from a date. And guess who we see? Oh, they're twins. And as you can see, our deers, they don't run from you. They just look at you as if you're in the wrong place. Rinky and Chinky.
There seems to always be something going on around here in the Redwood Forest, as Shonda and I like to call it. All of our neighbors have animals. If you think Shonda's chicken Lucille is something, we have a neighbor that is pretty close, and they have something similar. I guess it would be like a petting zoo. They have llamas and a couple of other exotic animals. And speaking again of always something to do, on this day, everyone is working to help my nephew get prepared. He is gonna have some friends over for his birthday. Now, these guys are going to be about 6 of them. They love to come out here in the woods and ride the four-wheelers. He has a basketball goal up. They have a volleyball net up. They also like to ride the electric bicycles. And she's also ordered pizza for them, but it's hot. Friends of the twins, we are here in Georgia in the middle of summer, and it is hot. For a little bit of extra shade for the guys, she is putting up her new 9-foot patio umbrella. Shonda has the navy, but it does come in a nice variety of different colors. You can also choose to have it in a 7.5 foot or a 9-foot size. Her new umbrella has a UPF 50 plus canopy. Friends of the twins, that means that it is going to block 99.9% of the ultraviolet rays. Another good thing about it is it's also fade resistant and water resistant for up to 3 years. When you're standing under it and you look up at the roof of the canopy, you'll see 8 reinforced steel ribs. This is going to make it be super sturdy. It's also windproof. It has a vented design that makes it extra stable in breezy and cool weather. Now, it doesn't come with a base, but it does have an easy one-hand crank lift. And it's made of heavy-duty zinc alloy, which makes it 2 times stronger than aluminum. I really like how they have such a nice variety of colors. They were pretty colors too. The price, this one is also really affordable. I don't know if y'all noticed that or not, but I'm gonna have it linked for you down in the description box below, just in case anyone is interested. This little lady sure was interested. I guess Miss Riley just decided she'd come on out and enjoy it before those nasty boys get here. Today we're going to be getting mom's door all decorated for the fall. Like I mentioned earlier, Shonda and I are on her hit list. We did not get it decorated for spring, and we didn't do anything for summer. And so we are really on her bad list. So what we decided to do was to just go ahead and get it decorated for the fall. Before we get to that, I did want to give y'all a little bit of the history of decorating her door. for our new friends of the twins, our mom lives in a senior high-rise community, and she is the first person to have ever lived in her apartment. It's a new community. They've been up now for 3 years, and so when she first moved there, I wanted to go over and decorate her door for her, and that was exactly what I did. And what I'm showing you here is, this is actually what we did 3 years ago. We're going to go from 2022, then I'll share with you 23, 2024, and then we'll culminate in what we just did here for 2025. So you saw me put together the DIY. This is 2022's decoration. This is the first ever Door Chronicles over at Mom's house, and it's going to be pretty interesting. As I was going back looking at the videos, it was interesting to see how it has evolved. Not only have we done this for the fall season, but in fact we've done it for every season that she's been there, and so that's why we were, we're really on her hit list, because we actually missed 2 seasons. This one was a fun one for me. I really enjoyed it. I guess everything was so fresh and new, the idea of decorating her door for her, and I really enjoyed doing this DIY. Sometimes I find, with decorating, that a lot of the things that end up being my favorites are actually the things that I've done by hand. I think I've shared that with y'all, and that pertains to things that Sugar and I have done here in the house. Putting up the molding in the formal dining room, me putting up my wallpaper. I just really enjoy the things that I actually do with my hands. Now, Witchy Poo here. Witchy Poo was not intended to be a part of the fall decorating here, but Mom really loved the witch. I think this was one that Shonda had. We found it at a thrift store some years ago, and when I told Mom, I said, well, I don't think I'm gonna put Witchy Poo here. I was actually going to probably do something like put her up a fall tree or something, because I do like to have elements of height when I'm decorating her door, because that's all we really have. All we have is vertical space. But no, Mom liked Witchy Poo, and I've told y'all before, our mom is stubborn. She's set in her ways, and there's just no way of getting around that. So Mom wanted the witch, and Mom got the witch, and it actually ended up being really cute. Now, another fun fact with all of this, one of the most precious things is that Friends of the Twins, like I said, our mom was one of the first ones. She was actually, I think, the second resident on her floor to move in. They were really, really brand spanking new. She was the first one to start decorating outside of her door, and guess what? Here we are 3 years later, and a lot of the ladies decorate outside of their door. They actually do a door decorating contest for the Christmas holidays. Now we are on to the year 2023, and as you can see, I've just gathered up a bunch of things. That's always the process. Just pull out what I have and what Shonda has and try to put together things that we feel like will coordinate well. This year, 2023, was the first year that I actually wrapped the door, and this is not a door foil, Friends of the Twins. It is simply gift wrap. I pick it up typically every year from Home Goods. I like the quality of theirs. This roll was $7.99. It was a thicker roll, so I could actually just use one roll to get the door wrapped. The door is actually, it's always wider than the wrapping paper, so I know that I'm going to need to be able to go down the door twice. There's going to be a little bit of overlap. So I do like to pick it up at Home Goods. I find that the quality is better, and I can get a nice quantity of it also. Here I'm just putting together a floral arrangement just with the things that I had, and always keeping in mind that all I really have is vertical space. So I do like to, for the eye to travel upwards. also brought my tree. I cannot remember where I picked this little tree up from. I've had several people ask me about it. I do know that eFavor Mart sells them, or they definitely used to sell them. I'm gonna look for the link, and if I can find it, if eFavor Mart still has it, I'll have it linked for you down below. This little tree makes me so happy. Y'all, you just don't know. This little tree here, as decorators, I'm sure that we all have that one decor item that always gets the job done, always makes you happy when you're finished decorating it. That is the case with this little tree. This one came out really pretty. Friends of the Twins, y'all take notice. When you look at the door, the swag that I made to go on the door, the gold that you see in there is actually a placemat. I'm sure y'all have seen the placemats that come out around this time of the year in the leaf pattern. That is absolutely a placemat that you would use on your dining room table. Sometimes you just have to try to think outside of the box and use what you have. And Shonda and I, we talk about this all the time. Yes, we love to go out. We love to see the new home decor. We like to buy new things. Y'all know me. I get tired of looking at stuff after about 3 months. But honestly, if I'm just going to be honest with you and brutally honest with myself, everything that I need, I probably already have at home. I can revamp it, reuse it. I really don't need to buy anything else. And as you see with this floral arrangement, I also added another placemat in. The gold that you see there is another placemat. 2023 came out really pretty to me. At the end, I'm going to tell y'all which one was my favorite. And friends, y'all leave me a comment and let me know which year ended up being your favorite too. The leaf that you see on the table there, another placemat. They worked out beautifully here. They're just big enough to give me that pop that I need, and they don't take up a whole lot of room. So now we're going to move on into 2024 and the color scheme. The color scheme doesn't vary too much, or it hasn't varied, just because we've been, like I said, using the things that we have around the house. And you know how it is when you have a collection of your seasonal decor. You might add in a piece or two, but typically you don't change, you don't buy all new as you go from year to year, and definitely not from season to season. So we just kind of add on to what we have. This year I have added in some picks that I picked up at Hobby Lobby, and 2024, here we come. I'm sure that y'all remember these glass vases, these beautiful ones with that Tuscan flair that you used to pick up at Kirkland's back in the day. OMG, it is still one of my favorites. It is still one of my favorites to this day. I gotta ask my mama where it is. I don't remember seeing it. But I ended up using one of these this year for her floral arrangement. We chose to go with a darker color for the door, the wrapping paper, the door foil, in a pretty purple with little gold dots and polka dots, and it came out so pretty. It gave it that extra little pop. And then the extra wrapping paper, door foil, that I had, I just simply rolled it up and stuck it in my floral arrangement, and it came out really pretty. We have the addition of a new scarecrow this year. This taller one came from Shonda's stash. She wasn't going to be using that one last year, and so it went to Mom. I get so tickled at myself now because Friends of the Twins wrapping paper has become one of my most favorite things. I always take a look at it no matter which store I'm in. If they have the wrapping paper, I'm always thinking about the door foil and looking for pretty and vibrant colors, unique patterns, all of that. Just something to be able to use at Mom's house. Now, this was the first year we actually brought in some hay. We didn't need much, just a little bit. And I thought that this just came out so cute. Mama was really happy with it. And the most wonderful thing about all of this, Friends of the Twins, is I may have mentioned it earlier in the video, but I can't remember, y'all. So I'm just gonna say it again. The most wonderful thing that has happened is it has become a conversation starter, and it was definitely in the earlier years a way for her to meet new people, meet her neighbors. They would stop by. Oftentimes they will knock on the door. They want to talk about her door or let her know how much they appreciate it. They want to know who does it. And so it's just been a really great conversation starter. And if you will notice, as we go through the years, from 2022, I don't know if y'all noticed, but each year more and more people have their doors decorated, and you'll notice that as you look, you know, in the video throughout the years. All right, here we are. We made it to 2025, and this is the door foil we're going to be using this year. Now, I have a confession. This is not the one that I originally intended to use for fall this year. Mom told me that she didn't have it anymore. She said that she had used it. She and one of the granddaughters had tried to do a little decorating over there since Shonda and I didn't make it for spring or summer. The other one that I was going to use had more of those pretty fall colors with the purple, the gold, the orange, the greens. It was really pretty. And once we got finished decorating, she did have it. It was in the bottom of the closet, but I wasn't going to take everything down. So here's our progress so far. We went with the white wallpaper, and it has the little gold stars on it. With this one, we might just end up leaving it up for Christmas. I don't know. It depends on what I'm able to find. If I can find something really dynamic for Christmas, then I'll change it. But otherwise, we'll just roll with it. So the floral arrangement. This year, Shonda had this wrought iron vessel, and she already had this greenery in it. It's something that is old from our Tuscan days. We pulled that out. I brought out this swag. I actually had these outside of my sunroom last year with my outdoor decor. What I'm going to do this year is to turn it. I need the vertical height. Always thinking about vertical height. So I'm just going to take the swag and turn it on its end and place it down and make it be a part of the floral arrangement here. Those pretty round picks that you see there, we picked those up at a thrift store. It was sometime maybe in the springtime. Just absolutely loved the way that they look and knew that we would find some kind of use for them here in the near future. Let me introduce you to Autumn, Friends of the Twins. This is Autumn. She is going to be this year's fall greeter here. She was just a little bit pale. She needed a little bit color, you know, just a little bit more of a tan. So Shonda was there and happy to assist her with that. Well, we made it. We made it to fall of 2025, and this is what Mom's door is looking like. She's already calling me, telling me how many people are stopping by. asking her about the door. They have new residents that haven't seen it all dutied up like this before, and so she's having a good time with it. We ended up finding this little rug we were rambling around at a warehouse. It was kind of like a closeout warehouse. We're actually going to share that place with y'all, tell y'all where it is, but I think that rug was like $2 brand new. And what we did, Friends of the Twins, we always keep safety in mind. We have it actually taped down with some clear tape. It is taped down to the floor because, you know, it is a thinner rug, no backing, and we just didn't want, you know, her to come out and maybe trip up on it any kind of way. So we actually have it taped down. The wreath turned out so pretty. I added in the black and white carrots. I've had them for a while. I don't remember where I got them from. I've had them just kind of in my arsenal, pushed back. It's been a while since I've used the traditional fall colors, but they are one of my favorites. The traditional fall colors is like one of my favorites to use in the fall. I don't know why I haven't used it in a while, but as you can see, we definitely been using it here. Y'all, we can't do anything with her. We can't do much with our mom. Let me tell you what she's been doing. So when I got to her house, there are certain staples that I leave there, you know, for decorating outside of her door. Well, a lot of them were missing, y'all. Come to find out, she's been giving them away. Now, it's mostly been to the grandkids, so I couldn't really say a whole lot. But yeah, Sean and I were talking. We're going to be on the lookout for some new things as we get ready to go into the holiday season, especially for Christmas. I'll be on the lookout. I want to do something kind of spectacular this year. I think this coming back here and getting going again here in the fall, you know, we missed spring and summer. It has kind of, well, not kind of, it definitely did renew my spark that I get from going over and keeping her door decorated. So Friends of the Twins, y'all take notice. Look down the hallway. You'll see that more and more people are, you know, adding door decorations outside, and we are so happy to have been a part of that. As always, you got to make the life that you live a life that you love, because life is short. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all leave me a comment. Let me know which year was your favorite year. Mine was actually 2024. I think it was because of the door foil. I really enjoyed that purple and gold. It just gave an extra little spark. But leave me a comment and let me know which one you like the best. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.